welcome back. Welcome back to Unseen Sports TV. Share the live with your friends and family. Let them know that we are live on the set. El Futuro Sports in the building as well. People, El Futuro Music, El Futuro Track Talk Network is in the building as well. Latoya Clark is going to come on in a few. People, Track Talk Net. Make sure you go over there and subscribe and share El Futuro Sports. Abby Meeks is here as well. People, share the live with your friends and family. Share the live while we recap day one of the CARIFTA. Share the live with your friends and family. Like, subscribe, and share when you come on. We're going straight into what went on over there in Trinidad and Tobago. People, Jamaica is proud. Yes, a gold and a silver this morning. Can't ask nothing more than that. You understand me? A lot of athletes making the finals of the 400 meter and the 100 meter this morning. People, like, subscribe, and share the content with your friends. As always, remember, each one build one. We're trying to build the platforms, get us over, TalkNet over 1,000 subscribers, and get El Futuro Sports the watch hours he needed. I just want to reach 10,000 subscriber people, so let's work and get the channel 10,000 subscribers. All right, people, like, subscribe, and share to the content. As always, love and respect goes out to everyone who come out and support all the platforms. You understand me? I am Sure Sports. Big up yourself. You don't know. Bomb Sports, people, big up himself. Knocking Steve, MG Sports. You don't know the thing. All the foundation, man. Then big up on yourself, not the business. You understand me, people? We're going straight tonight now. We're just waiting on Miss Clark to come on set so we can continue. And also El Futuro Sports. He is going to be here in a few, people. You understand me? Remember to like, subscribe, and share to the content. As always, it is important that you do so. Yeah, man. All right, Mr. Mix? It's very important that you like, subscribe, and share to the channels. Yeah, as always. So, people, what was your favorite event this morning? Which event you watched this morning and say, yes, Jamaica, or Bahamas, or Trinidad? We don't want the thing we don't want to put the thing one way. Understand me? True, we are Jamaican and think as we want other people from all different countries to come on the platform and be a part of the thing. You understand what I say? Yeah, man. So, what we want to know for the people, share the live with your friends. 5 minutes gone, share the live with your friends. All right? So, share the live with your friends. I remember we're not going to stay long enough. We have other stuff to do today. We have more things to do. You understand? The evening session coming up in a few, and so on. So, we have a lot more things to do. So, we want to dive into the information quick and fast. So, we want to share the live with your friends and let them know that we are live. Right? Yeah, man. Just let me turn down this music so everybody can hear me loud and clear now. And that's time I get straight night, people. So, let me share this on the screen right now. Let me share it on the screen right now. So, people joining in. Let me see something, people. Let me see something right here. Quick and fast before I go over to that. So, YouTube. Checking the other platforms, see if everything is going on good over there. So, on this section, it is good. Oh yeah. Yes, it is going on. Track and Field TalkNet. It is going on pretty well over this section. Yes, so persons over the TT track time. Sorry, Track and Field TalkNet. Big up TT. Yes, people coming on board. Unseen Sport is having as well. All right, so let's get straight into the events now, people. When you come on, so people, may go drop the calling number. I'm gonna put in the calling number in the chat so persons can call in. So 341. So anybody wish to call in, you can call in. So this is the calling number right here. 341-4262. You can call into the platform. All right. Yes. So let's share the screen now, and we're going straight over to the results. Going straight over to the results. We're going to talk about it. All right, people. Yeah, man. So the first thing this morning was the boys 100-meter dash in the decathlon. I think we have one person in that event. Yes, it's a Jamaican there. So far, the Jamaican is sixth based on points. He is sixth. So the Jamaican Jaquan Sudden is sixth, 705 points. The Grenadian Joel Clement is leading in that section. So we'll go over to the girls. I jump now under 17. Jamaica won that one. They won gold. Gold, gold, gold. Sequoia Palmer. People, she cleared 1 meter 71. She attempted 1 meter 74. Yeah. She attempted 1 meter 74. But boy, I don't know. She couldn't clear it. And she was upset. She was pretty upset with not clearing that height. Latoya Clark, welcome to the platform. My co-host. Track and Field Talk Net. You hearing me? Latoya Clark. Welcome to the platform. How are you doing? Welcome to the platform, Latoya. How are you doing? How are you doing, Latoya?
I'm actually well. I'm doing well.
Is there a delay or you just took a while to answer?
Um, yes, let me see why it is that we are delayed. Are you hearing me now?
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks for
Wonderful.
having me. For those who are joining us, welcome all for all the platforms that we are streaming live on. That is Unseen Sports, Track and Field Talknet also at the same time. We welcome you all. It's a
And El
good thing
Futuro
to have you
Sports
all
as
here.
well. El
If
Futuro
you have
Sports.
not yet followed either of the channels, you can go ahead and subscribe. So both of the channels are all three channels. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all, wherever it is that you're joining us from. We are live for the morning session of day one recap of 2025 CARIFTA that is happening in Trinidad and Tobago as we speak. So yeah.
All right. So first, I were talk. I mentioned about the youngster that entered in the decathlon. Jamaica is currently. Uh, Let me go back for it. Jamaica is currently sixth placed in that with 705 points, Mr. Meeks. Um, Clement Joel from Grenada leading 863. They just did the 100 meter, and I think that 10.99 giving that lead. A negative 1.1 win speed. Guadalupe is in second. Vincent from Trinidad and Tobago is in third. Gabriel from Guyana is in fourth. Jamaica, based on the time that he ran 11.58, give him that point.
Given that point.
736, yes. And that's basically what had happened. In his heat, though, he came third. So, I mean, the Guyana, Gabriel, defeated him in that Catalan 100 meter. Let's move on over to the one on the high jump, which Jamaica grabbed gold. Mr. Meeks, what's your take on that? That girl, she talked about wanted to jump higher than 7.1.71 meters. She was quite disappointed although she won the gold.
Well, I think she should.
But I don't understand what I don't understand. Okay, you're asking him. Go ahead.
Yes.
I think she should be satisfied. She had a personal best coming into the competition
Exactly.
of 1.7, and she beat that. So that's progress.
Yes.
So I think she should be satisfied and move on from here.
What's your take, Latoya?
I share the same sentiment. That's what I was saying. I'm not sure why it is that she is, not so well satisfied with the fact that she jumped a personal best because she came into this competition with a lower personal best that she jumped to win the competition. The fact of the matter is, if it is that you are if it is that you are setting such a high goal for yourself, which is good, nothing is wrong with setting such a high goal. You would want to have gone past the PB before wanting to go and jump, the mark that you're wishing. Because remember, this is the first time she actually jumped this PB mark ever. So wanting to have been disappointed in not jumping higher than the new PB mark, I'm not so sure why she would want to be disappointed in herself. I do believe that that is pressure that she was putting onto herself,
Yeah, I
because
believe so. Yeah.
she jumped that gold medal mark, which is the new PB mark, on the second jump actually, and not on the first jump. So wanting to jump higher than that mark to give her the gold medal, it would have mean for me that she would have cleared, or she should have cleared, this new PB mark with ease at the first goal, which was not so.
Right, but I think she had jumped maybe 1 centimeter higher than her best that she came into the final with. I think she should be proud. I think Jamaica is proud. I wonder if she knows Jamaica proud of her because that's a
Proud
gold.
happy first gold medal on the day, right?
Right,
Big
very.
jump to
I wonder if
big
she
big
know how,
thing.
how Jamaica mark are. Another time,
So, so for
stand
Carrie to put herself in the marker of saying she wanted to jump way higher, that is, as I said, that is added pressure. Because when we put so much, when we Jamaicans put pressure on you, we put pressure on you.
yeah, man, really, we put whole heap of pressure on you, man. You know what thing go in a play because like I remember, I think it's one event or something like that. Mr. Meeks was saying that, hey, that's shame on Jamaica. Me, I said, Jesus, please, the standard high lot higher.
It is
Right.
always high, and
I mean, I said,
and I mean,
we're
it is
not gonna win
why
everything, because we're not,
It
yeah,
wasn't about winning. It was about the relays that is held in Bahamas,
Bahamas, yeah.
and I was
It's
saying
still
that
high because the track and view.
I was saying that Jamaica should have come up with these ideas long ago as being the leader in track and field in the region. But nevertheless, somebody started and we really appreciate that.
All right, let us move on to the other event, Latoya, because I think we finished with that one. You have anything more to
yeah.
say about the high jump, or that's all we want to move on?
No, that's fine for me. I think it was an exciting show out.
Yeah, so the boys javelin, no Jamaican was in that one, and Akil Williams from Bahamas within that one in 57.51. That's the javelin throw for boys under 17. So Bahamas who making some big talk that they will beat Jamaica in some prestigious event because they know them can't get enough medal and win. Them target some prestigious event like the 400 for boys in the class one. Massina Rose, and you know it already. They can't beat them two Jamaican.
I
You
think
understand?
that's a done deal for Jamaica. However,
Yeah.
with the javelin show,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jamaica emphasized these events. I
Yes.
don't think we have
Kind
that.
of a little bit struggling to hear you.
I said for the javelin event, I don't think Jamaica emphasized these events. We don't put no uh, passion and love for it, and I'm not surprised that we're not in that mix. I'd be surprised if we were, but overall, congrats to the who won it again?
Huh?
Who won it again?
Bahamian
The
athlete.
Bahamian athlete.
Bahamas. All right. So I want to listen. I'm proud of them in the Mr. Mix.
I
I
am
don't.
proud of them too.
I am proud of the Bahamian athletes, right? And also the program, the personnels that are responsible for the program. They're doing a wonderful job. Scott. Over the years, Jamaica has dominated, and you can see now they're stepping up. Even the other countries, St. Lucia and other countries, Guyana, Trinidad, they're trying to step up to match Jamaica. They're giving us a fight. I don't think this track meet we're going to dominate as how we dominated last season. What's your take on that, Miss Clark?
Um, I don't believe that the 2025 staging of CARIFTA is one that we will dominate the way we have dominated previous ones for more than one reasons. One of such reasons is that over the past, like we can say 3 years, we have seen where the Caribbean countries athletes is stepping up their game and stepping up to the plate. It is no longer an easy walkover for Jamaica to just go and just pick up the medals, and especially the goals as easy as we think it is. One of those reasons is because Jamaica in itself has been training these other Caribbean country athletes because they have, attend our school. And it is a good thing for me. I believe it is a good thing that we have been doing when we have other Caribbean country athletes coming in and being a part of our high school setup and being a part of it. We saw Carol Etienne run
Yes.
in the 100-meter this morning for her country, even though we know Carol Etienne here in Jamaica, who represents Edwin Allen, as an example of one such person. And later on, I know that we are supposed to be seeing Mr. Watkin, who runs the 110 hurdles for Kingston College, who will be representing, I think it's St. Vincent. So nobody is lying down and rolling over and said, okay, Jamaica, we know that you are the sprint country, take it and go. It has to be done properly. We saw that last year when Jamaica actually did not win the 100 meters,
Right.
at CARIFTA. So it is a good thing. It made the competition a bit leveled, and because of that, Jamaica, I do believe, will win overall, but not be as dominant, or it won't be that easy for them to take it home.
Yeah. That's what I'm foreseeing right now. In my opinion, that's what I'm seeing. But especially in the 100 meter is a bit close when it comes on to the boys 100 meter for under 20. But we soon reach there. Let
Even
us
the under
continue.
17, because I felt like our under 17 boy from Homewood
Mm.
struggled this morning, but when we get there,
Yeah, when we get there. So let us look now at the um this is what? This is decathlon boys, then the this is what? Decathlon. It's a different thing. Anyway, let's move away from that. So we go to the girls shot put under 17. Lintel Gabriel from Cayman Islands. So Cayman Islands, I do something means. Cayman Islands is there.
it
14.07 meters. This is the girl shot put under 17. She won it. Jamaica came second with
came
Jamie
second in that.
13.02 meters. Right? You want me to show the athlete to the people so they can see the athlete that came second for Jamaica?
You can go ahead. I mean, 14.07 seconds ain't no easy
Seconds.
feat. Meters, my apologies. 14.07 ain't no easy feat. I mean, the record is 14.51. And I mean, it ain't no easy feat. That was set back, if my memory serves me correct, I think 2017 or 2018. So that is ain't no easy feat to throw. So congratulations to her. It was a really good throw. It's just a pity that we don't get an opportunity to always see the field events, up close and personal as how we see the track events. But yeah,
All right. Let me. All right. So people, see the athlete here? You seen her? You seen her on the screen? That's too close. That's too far.
if you're sharing the screen and not seeing,
You seen her now? Huh?
no, but I know what she looks like though. But no,
You're not seeing her. All right. Hold on. Seen her now?
yeah, she's coming up shortly. Yeah,
You're right. That's her, people. What's her name again? And her name is Mr. Meeks. Finish it.
Tolo,
Jamie Lee.
Tolo.
Jamie Lee. Or Michael Tolo. Which one? Related to Michael Tolo?
No,
You don't know. 13.02 beings for Pro R, right? Yeah, man. Pro R. That lead that came second is Ranique Richards from Antigua and Barbuda.
came
12.5.
third. I mean,
Third. Yeah, third. 12.57 meters from Antigua. Antigua stepping up to, Antigua step
So
up to.
what's the record of Jamaica in this event?
The record is 14.51.
5-5-1.
Done.
I mean, in terms of
Jamaica.
Jamaica, do we
No.
normally medal in this
You know,
event?
Mr.
Because
Mix,
Jamaica don't really emphasize these events, so this is a really good medal for Jamaica.
and you're very much right about that. It's very, very much right. We don't really part, emphasize on these events, and it look good when we can capture some of these events. Because normally the other countries in the Caribbean and even at the World Championship section will get these medals. All right, so let us move on now to the 400 meter, as is the semi-final first for the boys. All right, so the
No
first
girls
no
that
girls, sorry. All right, so the first one was first preliminary at Bahamas, Thomas Fenton from Antigua, Eden from Trinidad, Tracian from Jamaica, Gabriel Gabriel Facey from St. Lucia, Ariana James, U.S. Virgin Island, Faith. In this one, qualification came to Thomas Fenton, Eden Tracian, Gabriel from St. Lucia. So all of those athletes in that heat qualified for the finals. I think it's only three came from the second heat mix. So the first heat was very fast.
yeah. Well, my concern in regards to the 400 meter based on observation this morning, I think I'm no expert, but based on what I said it to you earlier, and you said otherwise, but I saw the trend right through. I think the runners are taking the first 50 meters too slow,
For granted.
and they've left themselves in a position where they have to be running down persons in
Mm.
the final part of the race. And if you could just give us based on your knowledge about coaching track and field, you could just give us a better idea as to the best way to run a 400 meter.
All right. So for me, Mr. Mix, this is my preference. I know a lot of coach may have their different method of based on the type of lead that they have. But for me, I like to win races in style. So maybe that's how I coach. I like to be leading on the backstretch, and then if you want to come and challenge me on the backstretch, that's up to you. So I want to be there, leading on the backstretch. So I reach in on the home stretch, that final 100 meter. I'm supposed to come in a good position with a first or a second, and just bring it home. But you have to remember that no matter what you do in races, if you don't start properly, you'll never get the first part of the race is the fastest part of the race. The first part of the race is supposed to be the fastest part of the race. So you cannot run as fast as the first part of the race again. What if you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You get it?
yeah,
Right? So you need to go out fast. So if you go out slow, when you go around and reach the last part, there's actually running people. The speed that you're running at that point, it will never be like when you start a race. That's basically what I'm simply trying to say, right? Because you're already you're getting fatigue, lactic acid building up, all of these things getting into the body. So for me, that is how I would teach my athlete to go out for the first 50, slingshot off the curve, float on the back stretch, pick it up from the 200-meter mark, 150, you start, hit it again, drive to the finishing line. It's basic. That's how I want it to do. I would do. But when I'm running against good, talented athlete mix, who maybe have maybe what good, talented athlete, maybe um athletes who have, you would say, good race strategy, or they are quicker, maybe quicker by some inch. If you make a mistake, they might beat you because 400 meters is technical. Right? You want to plan a race to see when that person, for example, when that person go out.
Let me hear what Latoya has to say.
Latoya, I think Latoya gone on a little break. Well, let me continue, Mix. What I'm saying, when if you understand me. So you running a 400 meter, but you're special. You're special when you go on the backstretch, right? I'm watching your strength, and I'm saying, so if you allow Mr. Mix to go at me at the backstretch, no problem. You can't make him leave me.
But
So
I think the Jamaican athletes felt that they're really
I cut above the rest.
a cut above the rest, and they felt that they could have come back at the end. I think there was two male athletes from Jamaica who is really a cut above the rest. And apart from that, I don't think the strategy was correct. I thought they left too much And there was a Jamaican athlete who actually didn't make it because there was too much gap to cover and failed to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So
Latoya is back.
Latoya,
Sorry about that. Apologies.
tell me your views in regards, because I am arguing the point that I thought that the 400 runners for Jamaica, the start of the race, I think was just way too slow. It left too much gap for them to catch up. What's your take in regards to the tactics of the 400-meter runners?
Or for 400 meter, or 400 meter, two boys under 20, two different running styles. Taj Marquis White, who is the current champion of champs, is a boys and girl championship of class one. His running style naturally from ever since is that he goes out slow. His first 200 meters is normally as if he's not moving, and it is scary and weird for me personally that I don't call him slow boat to China. I tend to call persons who do that
You
slow
call
boat to
it what?
China.
Slow boat
Repeat.
China, slow
Slow
boat.
boat to China. Yeah, meaning you're not moving. So I give one of our senior athletes that name, slow boat to China, because when he runs the 400 meters, that's exactly how he looks. And then when he gets off that first 200 meter, him do nothing. You're not supposed to know who me talk about right there. So, you know? Um, so with Taj Marquis White, he's naturally like that. However, when he finishes his first 200 meters, and as if he wake up now, approaching the 300-meter mark, that's when he said, "Okay, it's time for me to run." And that's when you see him actually run the race. And this is one of the reasons why he's given the name Turbo, because turbo engines tend to start up slowly but picks up over time and gets into their running or gets into their movement and do it. With Marcinho Rose, we are seeing a different tactics from him this season, who hasn't really run a lot this season. Normally, Marcinho Rose goes out blazing no matter what, and he normally at times have the energy to bring it home the way he started. However, this season we see Marcino Rose gives us that little that little slow tactic, and trying to be comfortable. And one of the reasons for that with Marcino is because Marcino is recovering from injury in this season. But when it comes to the finals later, though, both of them will anger the business. I'm not worried if the both of them will anger the business. They know what is at stake. Same way as how they knew what was at stake in the 100th year for Kingston College, and they did the Quinella. I do believe that they can do that again here at CARIFTA. Matter of fact, it is actually Marcino Rose last year in CARIFTA for us, number one, and therefore he, if my memory serves me correct, Marcina Rose is the silver medalist from last year, um, for CARIFTA, and therefore I do believe that both of them will do what needs to be done. So I do understand your concern, but I'm not worried about it.
Sound like a Casey supporter. Wow.
Yeah, man, the purple, the brave may fall, but never yield. Understandably,
Ah,
but
true.
not because. But I can speak towards those two. I'm not worried about it if they will anger the business. They will anger the business.
So what about the girls, the females?
I was concerned about our females from why you
Somebody
do that.
asked, hold on.
Why you do
Somebody
that?
asked which scene athletes run like that.
I think I think
Hi.
I think that running style is going to cause
The Peter
problems.
Seal athlete run like that, you know him name? You might see now. You know me I talk about him.
Hey,
Antonio Watson. I see him running now.
but at the end of the day,
Yeah, but at least Antonio Watson have a world championship gold medal to show for that.
No, I lucky. I run him run. Lucky.
Yeah, man, I
I
lucky, but at
lucky.
least, but the senior athlete that I named that has been on the surface for a long time, he was the national champion once. He made, matter of fact, let me give the it. He runs almost every 4x4 because of his coach.
Mm-hmm.
He come from over that side I were there.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the girls.
So you figure who we're talking? Come from
Just-
over the Spanish Town School.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Jamaica have two persons in that final though. In the final. I say mix, yeah, two persons.
The under 20 boys.
Shamika McLean and Tracian Evans in the under 17. So Shamika McLean and Tracian Evans is in the final. Let me see who has the fastest time that we have to worry about somebody. All right, the Bahamian athlete, Thomas, she has the fastest time coming in. So she's gonna give Shamika McLean a run for her morning mix.
I'm trying to remember.
I'm gonna show you who is Shamika McLean. You don't worry. Let me show you Shamika McLean. So Shamika McLean is right here in the phone. Find her.
So backtrack. We're calling it gold and silver for Jamaica and the under 20 boys.
Yes, I am doing those.
So it's Shamika McLean. She won the 400 meter easily, even though she had the technique that you were talking about.
I am calling the see
She's
him call the name there. See him call the see me give me example. Me
Mhm.
understand,
Let
sir.
me see her.
Conscious, you're conscious. Conscious, you're conscious. See me not even have to call the name, and you know.
Demishke run
Yes,
like that. But what has he achieved doing that?
That is why I'm saying that's why when he called Antonio Watson name, I said at least Antonio Watson have the 400-meter world championship gold medal. So even though he runs like that, at least he was able, whether it be back up or buck ups, he was able for buck up and buck up in the goal.
No. I believe based on my limited knowledge and what I've watched over the years, the top 400-meter athlete never leave it too late to be chasing. They normally put themselves in the mix. The Jamaican athletes that I've saw this morning, the reason why they could be able to come back so well is because the field is poor.
Don't call them poor.
Huh?
Don't call them
No,
poor.
But semi-finals number 2
Oh,
with
yeah, said poor is like
you make
No,
it sound like them not get to the par.
yeah,
And I know
they're not
semi-finals
but
number
no.
2.
Why is
Views
it
are
that
different
people
for them.
always feel take no? Let's not.
That's
Let's
how
move
people
away. Let's move
interpret
away from
this.
it. All right. For example, do you think these guys could have run in a world championship, youth world championship, and run that way and still achieve?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think so.
I do believe that those 2 under 20 boys could have done it.
Same way, no, that I'm gonna get beaten one.
I think.
Him say in the juniors, yeah man.
Me not think
Once
so.
they are healthy, yeah.
Me
No.
not think so. Me
Let
think
me lose.
there is too much gap. If you go allow certain people to have that.
But Mr. Mix, we're not arguing that, we are arguing we are gonna make people interpret when they say poor. So you call the other athletes poor from the other country.
No, I'm talking
And
about.
remember, so we have a lot of different people from all different countries watching.
I'm talking about one event, the under 20 males, that event. And I felt that the start, everybody was like 10 meter away initially. And you allowed him to come back. Why? Because they didn't have the endurance to maintain the speed. That is that class.
No.
Precisely.
No. So we're
Sorry
looking
about
for
Well,
looking for
well,
the
I mean,
Me no want people view things.
I agree with Drew Cross that the Olympic champion Anthony Watson left it late. Remember, it was late that he left it and ran and came and in order to have gotten that gold medal. So it all depends on what is happening in the race. 400 meters is not one of
Latoya, let me be clear. I am not saying you will not have persons who have exceptional ability to do that. But I'm saying that majority persons who win does the opposite. No one, you always have the freak of nature. Somebody with a special ability will do something different and win, right? But if you check the history, from Michael Johnson coming right down to Jeremy Warner, you remember those people from United States and something?
with me because I'm
Eh?
track and field,
when we talk about Jeremy Warner knew his strength. It is a matter of knowing your strength. We can use Natoya Gould as an
On
example.
merit. Remember Merrick?
Definitely. I was going to say we
Who was
can use
first?
Natoya Gould as example. Natoya Gould runs the 800 meters, and Natoya Gould have a tendency for go out hard, and when she come down to the last 100, she dead. So therefore, it all depends on the athlete to know what their abilities or where their body can go. For a Marcina Rose, he normally runs out early and then ending up may fade a little bit and end up in second, which is what happened to him last year. With a Taj Marquis White, and I'm speaking of them because they are the two under 20 that we have now there. With a Taj Marquis White, even though we may say that his body may be capable to do it, to come out hard from the get-go, he know where he can go, he know what he's capable of in terms of what his body is dealing with and all of that. So therefore he's normally that comfortable and relaxed, and then when he gets to the 300-meter mark or the 250 marks, he steps up his pace, and then you get to see him running. We see the same thing happening even with some of our sprinters. So it all depends. We have sprinters who can't start, but when they get up out of their dry phase, hell broke loose. So it all depends on the tactics that they use. We might want them to use our exercise a different way, while they may try doing that and it don't work for them.
I think what Mr. Meeks are trying to get across is that the tactics of staying, not running the first 50 as fast, or trying to stay with the top guns. It's going to be very difficult for you to win the race. And I mean, if you look back at Antonio Watson race that he won in the World Championships, right?
It's because things they dead at the end.
Right, the man him burn up and him running.
Him come out blazing gun.
The thing with him is that he theme body different, lactic acid not really build up in a theme body that much. Most of the time,
Look at Francis, Javon Francis.
Mm,
So everybody runs their tactic race differently.
right. So that's how it goes. So it goes. All right, so let us move on now. So we have two persons in that under 17. So we're going to go over to the long jump under. No, not going to that. We're going over to the 400 meter for boys, the semi-final. Mr. Meeks, and you had issues in all this. Like, whoa. Just going to give you, because I think we spend a lot of time talking about the race technique. And so we're just going to call the name of the persons who are qualified for that. So, Bahamas is in this one again. Jonathan Higgs look really good. 48.80. Fastest time going in. Jamaica is in second though with Dwayne Sharp. 49.07. Never look bad, Mr. Meek, with a big Q going into this one. Antigua and Barbuda, Javon Simon, 49.07. Big Q as well. Grenada, Carmel Joseph, 48.97. Big Q, Bahamas, Egan Newley, 49.12. Big Q, Zachary Wall, Barbados, 49.21. Big Q, small Q goes to Trinidad and Tobago, the home team, the home country that is carrying is in hosting the event by Hazel Crawford Stadium. Scott Bryan, 49.01. Guyana Sealy, 49.01. Rounded off the small Q portion of the qualifiers. So those
And
first the bad lanes.
Yeah.
And in that event, we must know that Bahamas is in with two finalists, and then
Yes.
everybody is coming with one. We have Jamaica with one, Antigua and Barbuda with one, Grenada with one. We have Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana with one. So I mean,
Mr. Meeks disappointed with the rest of the Richards though.
I am a little bit disappointed with our 400 meter under 17 also, but
I
yeah.
think he's injured though. I don't know. That could never be a race. The man literally walk or drag the first 50 meters.
First 60,
Mhm.
70.
And then try if run on the man then. Coming into the champions with the fastest time. I think it was 48.21. What you mean?
Yeah, somebody.
Yeah. Even Sharp at the fastest time as well, same time, 48.21. I think maybe it was some error. Maybe some error with trick with me. They're really fast, eh?
Then for us to talk about the girls under 20.
Yeah, man. So we're going to go over there as well. So reach the girls now. Under 20 semi-final. People in the comment section, like, subscribe, and share to the content. Remember to subscribe to all three platforms. All right. all three platforms. Go and subscribe to all three platforms. All right. Don't forget that when you like the stream, YouTube send it out to as many people as possible, so everybody can be filled with information. Right, Miss Clark?
Yes,
Right,
definitely.
Flora?
All right.
Right. You understand me? So under 20 now over there, so we gone. So let's just go over to the under 20 girls 400 meter.
I mean, Jamaica has two girls into the finals with Abrina Wright and Siobhan Thomas. I think Abrina Wright looked very comfortable. Well, both ladies looked comfortable in qualifying. However, I though would love
What
for
are you talking
both.
about? This is the boy, this is the girls, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Abrina Wright and
Yeah,
and
Sabrina
and Miss
Wright.
Thomas.
Yes.
Let me ask you
Mhm.
something, Latoya. I've observed something. I want to figure it out. Maybe I missed it back in school when I was.
I'm not hearing you clearly. You're not coming across.
I want you to explain something. I realize that some athletes have Guyana and some athletes have French Guyana. What's the difference? Why is it separated?
I'm not sure. Well, there are two different. They are classified actually at times. Two different. French Guyana, they speak French, and
I
Guyana
know
speak.
this, but I thought it was one umbrella, regardless of.
No, but the name is French Guinea, not French Guyana.
French Guiana, right? And therefore they
So
have
two
two.
different countries, huh?
A two different country that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they classify it here in CARIFTA. Because like for me, I didn't think
Hold
that
So I want
British
to.
Virgin Islands. I've always have a concern with British Virgin Islands because for me, British Virgin Islands would be dual because if you are born in British Virgin Island, like St. Croix, you automatically take US citizenship. But
Two
yet,
different countries.
yes, French Guyana and Guyana, two different countries.
Yeah.
How we answer? Me miss that at school. I never heard that at school.
Well, we come learn some history class in the midst of track and field.
That's why the power of sports. Remember, when you do sports, and football, you tour the whole Jamaica, And if you're good enough, you're going to tour the whole world. So it's
Definitely.
history,
And that's why
geography,
we're here.
everything there in sports.
That's
Mathematics,
that's why we're
language.
here to educate and also to learn at the same time.
So Mr. Meeks learn something new on the platform, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
What do you do without YouTube?
Let's
Anyway,
So
continue.
to the two under 20 girls, 400 meters, Abrina Wright and Miss Thomas. I thought they were comfortable in qualifying. However, I would love for them to know that Miss Springer is not, her name is not just Springer for no reason. She's Spring when she ready to run.
she runs in Jamaica.
Springer?
Yeah, she back from Jamaica.
No. Tiana Springer is the one that won. She's from thing there, Guyana itself.
So
Right.
win last year.
The tall one. That was the unfortunately that she had to pull out from, I think it was the 200 meter. I wanted to see the matchup between she and Douglas last year, but it didn't happen. And again, we may not see, because I don't know if Tiana Springer is actually going to be running the 200 meters. If she be running the 200 meters, it's good. It would be a good matchup to see her against Shania Douglas in that for me. Because Springer is a part of that, and I'm Springer ability to start slow and end fast is really good. I think her top end speed is really good. I do believe that she has the potential also to take home that gold medal. I would love for one of our girls, if not two, to be a part of that medal podium too. I do believe if one of our girls is going to be a part of it, I do believe that Abrina Wright has the strength, not taking anything away from either of the two Jamaican girls, but as it relates to strength, I do believe that Abrina Wright has that strength to do it, but anything can happen again. So not counting out anyone. But yeah, that's for me.
Well, it's gonna be a cracking 1 week. So we're looking forward to see it
It's gonna be a cracking.
this evening, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a cracking one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cracking.
I think Conscience was asking what happened to Campbell from Heidel. Abigail Campbell from Idle did not. Idle, matter of fact, most of Idle team did not enter CARIFTA trials because their coach and the team itself, I think, was focusing on more of pens relays that is coming instead of CARIFTA trials. So a lot of Idle athletes are not represented at CARIFTA this year.
Yeah, I definitely believe that if a lot of these athletes, top athletes from these schools, went and went to trials, character trials, would have been stronger. Is what I mean. So but I mean, even
I
when we
believe that
don't
Abigail
go
Campbell would have
API,
made a great addition to that 400,
even
and
there are
especially
others
that
as
4 by
well.
4.
There are others as well in especially in the class one girls who did well in the 400 meter for idol. Um, even what's her name again? Taifa go in the steeplechase and the 1500 meter. She's talent. You know, she's talent, and I feel like that's how it goes. Still, I think our second best is still good enough to win or beat the other Caribbean countries. Rating
You
it.
can't tell that, man. That not so right.
You just want right, but that
No,
I go on.
no, that not so right.
Very good. People like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment. The calling number is in there in a 341-4262. Call in and we can have a conversation. Ask a question.
Remember that some of these athletes that are not so called our number one athletes. If they were if they were from other countries, they would be the number one there.
True.
So it's just an opportunity for somebody else.
Yeah. So let us move on now, Mr. Mix. We're going now to the boys. I think you talked about this already. I
You know,
don't know. But
Yes, we spoke about them.
let's give you the boys the qualifiers for the finals though. All right. So Zian Miller from Bahamas, 46.64
he was
fastest time.
impressive. He was
Him run
impressive.
hard doing a mix.
He run hard,
Him
but
run
he
hard, man.
was
I wonder if he
impressive.
can recover for
He
this.
left everything fine gone.
I'm
Huh?
sure him
He,
go
he
run
left
hard.
everything fine gone this morning.
This man that run this man, he run smoothly.
Yeah,
And then,
especially Rose. Rose was the one where really so kind of job the whole race, you know.
you're Mr. Mix, so wow.
Exactly.
Job the whole
But if you
race.
notice, Mr. Mix, even the person who get a big Q here is a third, 47, who is a 4707 from Guyana. It's Aston. Aston came, Aston,
But Mr. Mills, you spoke about Taj Marquis White. His qualifying time was 47.20, jogging that, as you rightfully said, looking quite comfortable as if he had no care in the world, nothing to worry about, which is something he always do from class 3 days, come right up. But I mean, for him to jog 47.20, what does that say to you then?
It's
You
a
know,
lot.
why would you still think that, hey, I need to be worried about it? It's just his statics, because I mean, and as you rightfully said, the man that went in with 46.64 fastest qualifying time literally won the whole entire race. Come out shooting guns blazing, boom, 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 boom. I mean,
I
Taj
want to
Marquis
enter the
White
whole
and
of that event.
Martina Rose
So let me give you a
ended.
scenario. Let me give you a scenario. Let me ask you a question. So what if the Miller of Bahamas come and run his race, run the first 60 to 70 very hard, and now our athletes have to change their racing style because if you allow him to go too far, it would be very difficult to catch him back, you know. Because this boy Miller look like he can run less than 46, you know.
Um, And I will tell you, not because I'm a Kingston College fan and not because I represent the purple and white, the brave may fall but never yield. I will tell you, if that gentleman, if Miller comes and do that, he will have to do spectacular coming off that curve. I'm not asking you. 2024 in at Champs, when we had Amal Glasgow versus again Marcina Rose, 200, 400 meters, two different tactics in terms of how they run their races. Amal Glasgow surprise, I would say Marcina Rose in blazing off that curve, and it still didn't say, hey, do I change or do I stop running? It is the tactics of how they run. Marcina Rose knows what is at stake, know what he personally wants for himself and for the country, and therefore going into the finals, he will just do what he needs to do and make the adjustment. And that adjustment is to figure out, do I come out? As I said, Marcina is the one that normally comes out blazing, right? However, I have never seen Taj Marquis White tactics in terms of changing the entire tactics for him. I have never seen Taj Marquis White blazing out full flood from the 100-meter start, go right down to the 4. It means that they will have, if it is that they have to do that, it would have required great adjustment to both of them mentally. Um, would I say that what Miller did this morning would cause for concern for both of our Jamaican guys? Possibly. However, they both know where their bodies are. They both know what their body can undergo. And I do believe that after that race that Mr. Miller have done, if Taj Marquis White, for example, because he was the main one that you were concerned about, if he feels like, there's something that needs to be addressed, I'm sure the phone call will be made home to his coach, the great Glenn Mills, to say, do I do this, or how do I adjust this, or how do I adjust that for later on? And if the adjustment needs to be done, it will be done. But I have great confidence in Aquinella for us. I have great confidence in Aquinella for the black, green, and gold. I'm bringing that. And I have great confidence in the Quinella for the purple and white. The brave may fall, but never yield.
So who is third?
That's my take.
Mila, you say will come third?
From morning mix a bit on the Bahamian and them with you.
Yo, don't listen to Ansi. Me just work with where the records. The
So my
stats.
God,
Bet for the Bahamian and Bahamian with you.
stop.
If you bet for the Bahamian and them with you. Alright.
No, me not go bet. I want Jamaica to win, but I feel like this. We have to go watch this boy, Miller. I think he will disturb the peace.
Not ability.
Remind me, was it Miller who won the 400 last year, though?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember if it was Miller, but the Marcina came second behind someone. I don't remember if it was Miller. And therefore, one of the other reasons why I'm thinking that, Marcina would want to say, hey, I can go one better if it is that I'm going to go to take the
One
gold
thing I
medal.
know with my limited knowledge, an athlete generally have a comfort zone. And if you throw that comfort zone, you can disrupt the whole entire race for them. Yeah?
That's
And
true.
when you disrupt the race, panic can set in, muscle start tighten, chaos, disaster. Now, when I look at it from Champs coming right up, he tends to do something that nobody else is able to do and pull him out of that comfort zone. Now, it is my opinion that this youngster from Bahamas
Can
has
do
the
that.
ability to change him, force him to change. How will he respond? That's the critical point.
Well, later we will see.
Yes.
Later, we will see.
Thank you, Judith. Thank you, Judith. Judith said it's the Guyanese, right? Judith said it's the Guyanese. So we are concerned about Mr. Miller from Bahamas, but Judith is saying it's the Guyanese who won the 400 last year, and he is. No, Marcina came second, Richard. Marcina came second. I know that. So it's not the Jamaican. But I
Guyanese,
think
Austin is the defending champion. Guyanese done last year.
What time he run now?
47 something.
Let me see where he is.
I think it was very fast in the mix.
Let me see where
yeah, man, it was his heat. He won his heat.
Oh, the Guyanese? No, man, he
No,
comes
I thought
second
it was
behind the
talking
Bahamian.
Marcina. I thought it was talking Marcina.
No, he comes second to the Bahamian.
So, one interesting race, you know.
The final's going to be interesting.
Don't feel like it's a stroll in the park.
See if you meet there. The Guyanese, Prasad. What's up?
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an
Austin.
interesting
The
one.
Guyanese, Austin, 47.07. Fast.
He come second behind Milan.
On that time, the fast and the two Jamaican them are going to the final right now. But you don't know the Jamaican judge Marcus White are in 45 in a mix. If they are their best, don't think them man can't beat them, brother. 45 of holy pack fast. We must have the man them dragging a bridge.
Yeah.
The man them dragging.
That's why me answer
Oh, you have to
Rose.
go bet pan Bahamas on me.
Hold on. I am just creating the scenario that the comfort zone, break that comfort zone and let's see what will happen. That's all I'm saying.
Man, Jamaican people them beat
Well,
them.
let us hope that the comfort zone then is broken later on, and let's see how both of them
They want
respond.
to be broken.
What?
The comfort zone.
I would love to see. I would love to see.
Broken enough and we win.
I would love to see the. I would love to see the
We
record.
win same way.
Yeah.
Oh,
If it broken,
I would love to see
you
the
are gonna
record.
lose a
That they
medal.
have. Eh?
If it's broken, you're gonna lose a silver
No, when
medal.
we say the comfort zone, meaning that both of them can jog the first 60 meters. Jog like
They
a
have to
them
run.
they have to run.
I mean, the record currently is held by
Pressure.
Kiana James, 15 years now. I would love to see that record.
Pressure.
Yeah.
Eh?
You know, it's a intense. Trust me.
If they let the boy lead them on the home stretch, all the guy is a problem out there. Here.
And you know, they make the gap go too far. It's not
I have to
like
remember so 400 meters, but the home stretch, anything can reach somebody. You know. Lock up, foot,
you
lock up.
lock up and you
Pressure reach
Chaos,
all over the place.
chaos out there. Right as
You
a start beat.
I don't know if you ever, when I go to school until Latoya, right? You might call your man until Latoya.
Go again?
When you go in school, I don't know if you do track and field or any running at all in PE class. When you run one lap around the field, let's say that last part, then when somebody in front of you, and you have to run them down, and you have to tell yourself, "Me go for him." When you lift up your foot and you feel something goes, and you go down back and you say, "Jesus Christ," and you can't catch him. You're under stress. And when you race done, everybody will laugh off of you. How you manage? Stress.
Drew Ross is asking what the record is. The record is held by Kirani
Kirani
James,
James.
15 years, 45.02.
Yeah, 45-02.
The great
You
Kirani
think
James.
Rose can reach that time?
What do you mean? Taj Marcus can, but it has to be a good one.
I
They must
think
be pressured.
If the condition,
Both are,
If they buy him and not pressure them, yeah.
I believe the field that the 8 men that is lined up to that field, once pressure is put to the field, somebody can come close to it or get it. It's just who.
all right, let's watch and see. Next event.
All right, so the next event on track, we're going over to the 100 meter on the 17th for girls. And on this side, Dora Campbell looks very impressive. I saw Meeks, really looking and smiling, saying that this girl have a bright future. Mr. Meeks, what you have to say about Dora Campbell? She has the fastest time coming into the final, 11.58 BQ.
Yeah, you expect good things from her. However, I think the St. Lucian, you have to be wary of her. You have to be wary of the St. Lucian. I think she has ability as well. But I noticed that the St. Lucians are there more now. Do you realize that?
Julia Alfred effect.
Maybe.
The Julian Alfred effect.
Maybe. What do you think about the St. Lucian?
I
Because
think
she's very smooth to me.
she looked very smooth and fluid to me this morning. I mean, I liked her execution, the way she got up out of her dry phase. Even though it was not fully powered, but I liked how she looked this morning for me. I think she can cause some ruckus and some damage.
Why did she have that thing over her head called sausage?
Repeat?
Why did she have that man over her head called sausage?
It seems like that's a nickname for her or something, or it have some significance, because Judith saying sausage did well this morning. So maybe it's a nickname or something. It has some significance to her.
I have no.
I hope that in order for us to get to record times, I mean, we see where persons, it seems hot. So I hope that when it gets down to that timing, we can get some good heat and thing to help them to push it.
So people on screen right now, you see Jamaica, fastest time going to the final, St. Lucia, Bahamas, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent, Jamaica again. So 2 Jamaicans, 1 Trinidad and Tobago, 2 Bahamas. Bahamas are the close.
Cheyenne Smith, is it?
Oh, Bahamas are going to mix. They've been at
Cheyenne
everything
Smith.
over here.
What is your view of Cheyenne or Cheyenne?
Cheyenne Smith.
Mm.
Um, 12.05. I don't think she's in the medal contention, in my opinion. I think Dora Campbell, though, her start, her middle phase of her running and her finishing was superb. It's very difficult to meet her in the final. She has a brilliant start. Plus, she have a top end speed. Like, it's going to be difficult. I think Emmanuel JD have or the Bahamian Ward have to be there and pressure in her right through. You know? I remember
I think Ward will would put some pressure to the field, um, which would be a good lineup to bring out the ability of all the 8 girls.
the St. Lucian girl, terrible mix.
Yeah,
Tall and terrible.
she's dangerous.
But the start of Adora Campbell, though, will put her on the back foot. If Adora can get back that start again. Yeah. But you have to look at this tournament. Win. What's that say? 4.1.
Yeah, it was drastic.
We
So
needed. We needed our negative. That's
We needed a positive.
yeah. No, this can be positive, you know. So I was wondering if it was we needed or it is negative.
do we move to the boys?
Yeah, we're gonna
Under
move to the boys.
17?
We're just trying to figure out what that 4.1 look away though.
Look high.
It
Yeah.
was winding, man.
It's not that fast as well the thing.
I think.
That's the next thing that you have to look at, you know.
Yeah,
Alright,
you have
let's
to
go over
take that factor in.
Yeah, let us go over to the boys now. Mr. Meeks, the boys section.
I felt like sad to say,
Free.
I felt
Right.
like
Goodness.
Collins for us, Jaden Collins
Mhm.
struggled this morning. I mean, it's somewhat given. I mean, I felt like he struggled at CARIFTA trials too, but I don't know if the heat is causing that issue. But I felt like he struggled this morning. Him just never come true for me this morning.
I honestly think that I can't see Jamaica medaling in this one.
You felt like that too with him?
Yeah, I don't see we medaling in this one. Honestly.
I mean, him have a fight in him.
You
Let's
need
see
more,
what happened. But
need more than fight.
Remember saying
You
we
need-
are there with the
Yeah.
different, sure.
Yeah, you need more than fight now.
yeah, I just feel like it never worked for me this morning. So I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't. Do you see us somehow, some way getting a medal in this?
Not necessarily.
I don't see it either. You know who was impressive to me? The British and Virgin Island athlete.
Fret,
Yeah.
I think his name is Fret.
Yes, that same gentleman. I don't know. Let's see his win aid assist. Let's see that. Maybe he looks fast, but he was assist. So let's get that
It
clarified.
was 0.7.
So it's not assist. He has ability.
He has a benefit.
He has
Yeah.
ability. I think he would be one of the persons who would be medaling.
Millington, don't count out Millington. Millington from Guyana isn't that bad.
Can you
Um,
imagine we're talking about 100 meter and Jamaica don't stand a chance to even get a medal? Yeah?
Somebody said the truth will set you free. The small Jamaican youth in the under 20 looks good. The truth will set you free.
or in the under 20,
Jamal looks smooth, man. The man always looks smooth in him run.
Jamal always looks good. I'm happy. I'm happy
My
for
problem is if the condition is not in his favor, though, even a problem.
it can, yeah.
When you shot in a mix and breeze, take it on the street.
No problem. I'll
Yeah,
blow you
fight.
up. Fight. Can't move.
Call man and beat you.
I'm happy that he got the opportunity to.
Track and field
So
and dynamic
that's a good
sports life.
thing.
You understand it, you get a you understand what I mean? You have to understand it. Other people don't understand track and field away there. You get me? Alright, so let us move on now, Mr. Mix. The region, the under 20. All right, so we'll go to the under 20 now. Girls, qualifiers, Mr. Mix. Shania Douglas. Oh my lord. She run a pretty good
I think the
race.
Jamaicans will
Them Madam
dominate
ladies,
this
man.
one.
This is for them.
Yeah, this one a Jamaica. This
One
one a
and two, you
Jamaica.
say?
Yeah,
Yeah, 1, 2. Yeah.
this one a
No
Jamaica.
trouble.
No, no, you will probably find one little here and there, but at the end of the day, Jamaica
You
supposed
give me
to
politics answer.
Jamaica supposed to get this one.
The political answer. People say sure. A joke, a joke, a joke. Anyway, Shania Douglas look impressive though, Mix. Although she had to work still. I think she needs to work on her start. But I mean, she coming from a 4-2, a 400 meter, from a 400 meter to a 100 meter lead. It's going to take a little while, and she's young. So yeah, but Shania Douglas, Sabrina Dakri, the time of 11.08 coming into this championship is really quick. 11.08 is really fast.
Really fast.
Yeah, the time they are certain country, a millionaire enemy.
Mm.
Like me, I tell,
Yeah.
they can consistently run 11.08 at track meet. Sponsor ready to take you up. Yeah?
You're not far away from
From under 11.
under 11.
So where we reach? Sorry.
The girls, we did the girls, Sabrina Dakri and Shania Douglas.
We
Oh,
expect Jamaica to dominate.
whew. What you said?
We expect Jamaica to dominate this one.
I do, but I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park, though.
Who you think will be a problem?
Fredericks can be a problem. That's a two Trinidadian. That's a twins. Hickens can be a problem from Guyana. Um, for me, so that is three on top of our two girls. I do have the confidence in our both girls, though, that they will and can do the damage and do the work and get the work done. But I'm just saying that I don't think it would be a walk in the park. One other thing also, remember that the twins from Trinidad and Tobago, um, they were there last year and they didn't make it so easy in the first place. One of them that's Soleil, Sole. She kind I'm not sure what is happening, but I guess when Simazo would say we give them grace in the round, and when I mean it comes down to the finals, they can do what needs to be done. I still give the Trinidadians the grace also. And Hickins didn't look bad for me this morning also. But our two girls, Sabrina Dockery and Shania Douglas, I know for a fact don't like losing. um, Shania is very competitive, and I feel like because of that, that drive will give her the push to do what needs to be done. Meeting her countrywoman again and having her countrywoman, with her as a teammate at this point is also another push for both of them. I believe that some damage can happen. And I would love if I know it would be a hard task. I mean, the record is 11-03. I know it would be a hard task to ask Shania or Dockery to push the body so far up, but I'm
Yeah,
not saying truth sets you free. I'm not saying that either of the twins will beat Dockery. However, I'm saying that they can cause some damage, meaning they would be there to push them into their greatness later on. That's what I'm saying. That's where my thought is.
so mix. Anybody streaming Velocity Fest? Yes, it's gonna be on J Blow.
JW is streaming it.
Yeah, J Blow.
I
Yeah,
believe that Jamaica should win this one.
should win.
Yeah, should win. Barring there is no in
Barring there is no, I
there is no
agree. I,
so,
I agree. Barring there is no no hiccups. I will leave it right there.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I will go further to say I expect 1-2.
1-2,
Yeah.
barring there is no hiccups.
Barring there's no hiccup. Up to your word.
You
Barring
and
there's
you and you and I think, is on the same road, walking the same stretch, barring there is no hiccups. I
Yes.
believe that we can take that quinella. And
So,
and after taking that quinella, we go to the boys.
boys.
We were talking about Stevenson, Calabar, the Lions. The
we're going over
Lions.
there. We're going over there. We're going over there.
I believe that once the weather conditions afford him well, he can do it. Um, I really do believe that he can do it. He can angle in business, and him come for angling business. Him can angle business.
Why rough in a mix? Now close.
But it rough, but
Mm-hmm.
him can angle in business.
Everybody they
He can
close.
get something.
1065, 1062, 1059, 1044, 1070, 1055, 1056,
1043.
1053.
Mm-hmm.
All the time they're not range. You know who can step up and go dominate. Rough man. But
Why you on there?
one thing you know about Jamal. Jamal, I gotta make somebody I forgot follow him out and block him.
Jamal gonna make somebody have to follow. No, Jamal gonna make 7 man have to follow him out of blocks.
Yeah, if you not follow him out and block him and
You're
get
not
you.
sure.
Eh?
You're not
I
sure.
forgot run him down. He's problem and pressure the buyer. Hey, check and be a pressure race, you know.
Yeah, no man. Track and field is stress. That's why we run it.
And
On paper we are good, but that's why we run it.
It break you, yeah.
That's why we run it.
Hey,
Jano.
remember that physically, mentally are two components. Yeah? I think everybody physically would be ready, but mentally, who is ready? Who is not ready? That's the critical part.
Mentally strong.
Because running a race where you know that this person running, because I think athletes will have an idea who is running, what time and what time. Not sure.
Mm.
Right, Lataya?
Yeah.
So when you're going into a race and you know that you are at 10:5 and the person beside you is at 10:5, one person over there is at 10:4, one is at 10:5 9. That is pressure now. That is a different set of mindset now, you know.
Mm.
Can you
Mhm.
manage that pressure?
Yeah.
Let's watch
I mean, we can look at the lane draws for the finals for the 400-meter girls under 17 going into later finals. I mean, we see St. Lucia in lane number 1. Jamaica, Tracy Evans is running from lane number 2. Trinidad, Chua is running from lane number 3. McLean of Jamaica is running from lane number 4. Thomas from Bahamas, 5. Fenton from Antigua and Barbuda is running from lane 6. Thomas again from St. Kitts and Nevis from lane 7, and the
Then we go
other
get a
Trinidad,
good lane. Then we go get
Trinigonian, as Ricardo Chambers would say, Trinigonian, runs from lane number 8.
from even a lane number 8, you know, say, you know,
you win
me
over
don't
man.
need to
You must
say,
say man
but
really win, you know.
you know, say,
Remember Millennium Walker
It's-
win from lane. Lane
you,
8 or lane
as
9.
me say, you always have
Once
a
again, it comes back to how you the tactics, because
The
I
tactics, you
mean,
know,
Amani Phillips runs from
You see the
I see
mental
them.
state where you need to stay out of that lane and win.
I
Is
have
that
to
thing.
run.
It is a difficult thing, Bridget. Difficult
No.
thing.
Let me tell you.
Worse when you know that people inside of you running faster than you based on what the time is saying. Not true. Come on.
Mix. The only difference
Because
I
between
our
can
one Jamaican for the class
you
for
cannot
under
create no
17
problem out.
boys.
I will say the Trinidadian girl is no problem out.
because our time.
Make sure
If you
stay
put
out there.
if you put a 53 at lane 10 at lane 8, she win. She can't win the race. She have 56, she can't win.
Oh.
This so far time and the man 56 that we don't say no man.
Around
Truth
54.
set you free said he doesn't know Jamal. It's the first time him see him run, and him like the youth, and he's impressed.
Yeah, man,
I'm happy that you are impressed by the young lion.
Sorry, I want Reddy's Road, man. I want to talk about Iron Street. You understand Reddy's Road thing, no, man.
You
One
see, I'm
speed,
saying that I'm happy that you're impressed by the young lion. I have nothing against the young lion. I think he's a good athlete. I think his tactics and his determination is a great one. I do wish the lion great, the black, green, and gold but he represents the
How
black and the
you,
green
how you
when he
become a
runs for school.
KC
But
fan?
he's a good
Yeah,
athlete in terms of his direction that he's seeming to be going and his focus. Yeah. So
Latoya,
I'm impressed by him too.
Latoya,
Yes.
how do you become a KC fan?
How? I
Yeah.
actually went to the St. Hughes High School for Girls. That's the brother and sister school of Kingston College. I lived behind Kingston College for most of my time. So even though I'm a female, I used to jump the fence if I need to go over to Kingston College and watch, football or track and field or whatever is happening over there, whether it be
Why are
during the
not
week or on the
you
weekend.
find out
Huh?
that they got that?
Come on, then go to. We said no joke, Reggie. We can't no joke. I said,
And
listen,
I
Richard.
love the color purple naturally. So it just all intertwines.
Oh, okay.
That tell you listen what she has said.
That all intertwines. It all intertwines. It just had to be. It had to be. Had to be.
Oh,
But
God.
but when it is that athletes move away from the purple and white and the black and green or the yellow and green, the school aspect and come to now say we are black, green, and gold. You are Jamaica for me, and therefore
So
I will rep you all the
you
time, no
used to do
matter
track
what.
and field back in your days?
Huh?
Did you do track and field back in your days?
Yes, but not professionally. I did netball professionally and badminton, both
Oh,
netball both for from primary school, high school, national time, church, business hours, all of those stuff. But
okay.
yes,
Very
I actually do like or love sports, but more learned to track and field. Let me say that.
okay. Awesome.
All right, so Bomb
Yeah.
Sports is saying that tell the folks them I will have the Velocity Fest 17 races later posted. People who can go check out Bomb Sports to get the body race them later. You understand? Everybody are running down the race later and of course they look at here's a Shelly have a run.
Just because you know that the first real race in Velocity Fest 17 goes to the great, as you guys say, from lane 5, opening now the senior timings. The great Chilean Fraser Prize will be. So everybody's going to want him to see it. Nobody was interested in the race before it is that she was not, listed. But now that she is listed and you see this for sure, him. So yeah,
Star, not sure.
star, man. You can't take it away. I'm sure when again another of our black, green, and gold great queens in Elaine Thompson era, the double decide to say, hey, this is going to be my opening. The world again will be at the level feet of whoever will be streaming that one.
So you think
What?
about Shelly beating the parents? This one lady in a race already. Sarah about she a warm up. Sarah
But
makes
see,
a
I think,
stretch
I think,
out.
I think, I think the
Ready to
great.
go. We say the
I
race
think,
start and we're back in
I think that the
the
great could have
butterfly.
done. I think that Shelley could have, give them make them feel good, and then when the 10 meters to the line, standard guard. But let me tell you, man, Shelley out the blocks like a Shelley out the
Yeah,
blocks.
when I tell me I have a start, I say she look like she fast started.
You look like him fast starters. Them shall get attractive fast starters.
We say
Fast,
get retroactive fast start.
yeah man. They're attractive fast starters. Fast starters. But me not tell you lie, the people them like them set up the media man, them have drone and all these things makes like them
Yeah,
set
man, cause them know say she don't come
up
out for
first
rep for
event. People
Diane.
think say that's the first get her first. At the sports they get her first.
Yeah, I that's how she open. Me say the
About
great.
about 140 meter, right? And she run about can't tell the time.
Listen, me,
She run
she,
about
she,
5 times.
hello, she full stride out.
Brother, the girl that move, me I tell you.
Me say she moving, man, moving.
She moving.
Let me ask you another question. Do you realize that top Jamaican athletes are not the
Are
big
not one
are not the big stars in high school? Do you think the high schools are pushing the athletes too much?
too much?
Yes.
Yes, yes. That discussion requires some time.
That's true.
It requires some time.
Let's do one quick 3 minutes
It
summary.
have
Right?
its pros and its cons to it. I would say it have its pros and its cons. Why I say it requires some time is because we are currently now faced with the backlash that Jamaicans are giving to the great Asafa Powell, who was never a high school star. And that's why I said it requires some time because Shelley and Fraser Prize, in my
Never
viewpoint, wasn't
was no big star chance either.
wasn't no big star champs.
Mm.
Nobody know Ilian Thompson era.
I think
The double double.
Veronica Campbell would be one of the few big stars you know from chance.
Veronica Campbell. We can take Johan Blake. We can
Yes, you are.
take Sharika Jackson. You know, as names that we would have known.
Yes.
You know, that have went onto the scene and got there. I mean, you said St. Leo Bolt. When the
You
name
just say
call a
about
champs.
my champs now, but nothing. You just know says
No,
one and
when the
two.
name call a champs, we just move right along. You
Yeah.
know, the introduction is just Usain Bolt of Herbert of you may say of Herbert Morrison, Usain
William
Bolt of William
William.
Lim. You just move right along. There's no when you're introducing, for example, a Johan Blake, when he comes up to class one, you're hearing of all the accolades that he would have acquired. A Christopher Taylor of all the accolades that they would have acquired. You know, I mean, but yet still when we go onto the senior level, something is definitely wrong. I mean, currently now we are seeing a lot of our juniors going pro, but yet still they go pro. And what is it that they bring to the table? Is really nothing. Tiana Lee Terrelong has gone pro, one of our juniors that we are all eyeing and vying. We saw our hurdler, who is the under 20 champion, defending champion. What's her name from Heidel that went pro?
Do that again, man.
Her
Uh,
name is on my tip of my tongue.
Reed.
Alana.
Mm-hmm.
No, Alana is the 100 meter. Then we talk about
Erica
the
Hill.
hurdler.
Erica Hill.
Kerry Cahill. You know, a lot of our juniors are going pro. And yet still
Money.
we're not seeing
Family.
the
Big family want
the
money.
consistency. Jaden Hibbert went pro. We're not seeing the consistency. I mean, I think it's just like one junior athlete that went pro junior, and we saw something, even though she did the medal individually, but she was still on the stage in Brianna Williams. You know, so it's concerning that when the juniors is I find that our juniors are great in their talent, and we would I use the word we blow them out of proportion in Jamaica because of what we see, the times that we see they do here in Jamaica. But yet still, when they go to the world stage, whether it be CARIFTA or World Juniors, World Under 20 or whatever, that same dominance or that same level of greatness is not brought through. It don't go through. There's only one Jamaican who has actually medal from the little level go straight up that has a medal, and that's a great Veronica Campbell Brown.
I think you and Blake has that accolades as well. Check you and Blake. I think you and
I
Blake.
would need to check him. It's
Yeah, check
possible for him. It's possible, but I mean,
you and
the
Blake.
easiest one to call forth is her. You know, and we have had great athletes, no doubt about that. We have Jamaica produces great talents month after month, and not even year after year, but month after month, because I believe that our talents spurs up every month. It's you just don't know.
Based on the amount of talent that we have, I think we're not exploiting the benefits of the talent.
We're not reaping or
Yeah.
growing up with.
Yes, I
Mhm.
think
We not make use of talent them.
yeah, man. Something needs to fix. I don't know. As I'm telling you,
We
I'm
not
learn.
watching.
I'm learning the track and field, but I pay keen attention, and I'm learning, and I've realized certain things, and I will try to speak to persons like yourself who have been there before me and unseen and so on and so forth. But I think we have a lot more to grow, a lot more to gain from it, and I think we need to look at it. I think the emphasis of champs needs to be this part is going to be difficult because telling persons that don't overwork a child to win a championship is going to be a hell of a challenge because you know champs bragging rights is serious business.
it is not even a matter of overworking for me. That is the issue. I believe that the coaches, and I stand firm on this thought space, and this is my personal view, Latoya Clark personal view. I believe that the coaches um don't look at the athletes holistically, because they are there as a coach and their job is to coach and to win the title or to gain something, and therefore that's what they come there to do, and that's rightfully so there. But I still believe that there can be some care of an athlete holistically, and that is
Uh,
what is
somebody said Daniel Williams, Johan Blake, Bolt, and Veronica Campbell are persons won medals from the youth coming right up.
Johan Blake one with
I
Johan
see.
Blake. Oh,
I sure. I
Bolt,
check.
no, Bolt.
Remember both win something there at Kingston 200 meter world what was it
But
again?
what Bolt won at
Under
champs.
20
At
What
champs.
championship.
yeah, when won at champs.
Not 200, both was the champion at 200 meter and 400 meter. Remember saying beat Gonzalez at 400 meter at champs. Me sure right.
Was that at champs or it was at
The champs.
one junior championship?
A bolt pass Gonzalez, you know.
Bag him.
Back him.
Don't do that.
That's true. Check
Jermaine
the history.
Gonzalez,
I check the
Daniel
history.
Williams, Daniel Williams, Daniel Williams, Daniel Williams. Yeah, Daniel Williams. So okay, so well, as I said, I normally just normally sure because me normally just defend the back of Veronica Campbell
Yes, see
Brown.
somebody
Normally
say
sure
yes,
about
the
Veronica.
400
Yeah,
meter.
man, he said yeah, 400. So
Me
that's
sure right, man. Me
so
sure
that's
right.
yeah, man, that's correct.
Remember, I was at Champs that year, and it was a big talk when Bolt come in and him beat Gonzalez. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Listen, but
I mean, Drew Ross, you spoke of another great, and I hold her as great. And I call her the best to have ever done it, and I will always say it. The only and she is the best to have ever done that hurdles in the world. The only other person that is better than her, and is Gail Divas. Just because Gail have 3 gold medal, Daniel Williams is the goat of
Early.
100-meter woman hurdles, hands down for me
She still have
personally.
time
But
to catch up.
I mean, she is for Jamaica definitely, but she would be ranked second in the world overall, because Gail Divas has 3 and Daniel William has 2 gold medal, one bronze medal in the world championship, and Gail has 3. But that woman
Miss Clark,
is the
Miss Latoya Clark,
epitome of
based on the time now we have to go
huh?
close down based on time now.
Yeah, man, we're finished. I need to
Yeah,
go because I
yeah,
need to
man.
get ready
So
to go to the
big up
stadium.
all the people
where you
who
going
joined.
there?
Could I ask Christ?
Share,
Jesus, Latoya.
send some videos.
Latoya. Say it again.
Send some videos.
You heard that?
Good
She
morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all, wherever it is that you are joining us from. This is
But.
Latoya Clark coming to you live in a joint broadcast with Track and Field Totnet, along with, you know what I mean? Definitely Mr. Unseen TV. We are here live. And remind me of the other one.
Unfiltered Sports Coffee Mix.
Definitely, we are live and we are doing this, this so that we can educate and so that we can also learn and we can have conversation as it relates to track and field. Doesn't matter wherever it is that the person is from, the athlete is from, which country. We support you all, even though we love Jamaica, the black, green, and gold, always, then, now, and forever.
So you're actually videoing races or you go there or just what you do? Videoing races? As I get the race, you just send it to me. You understand?
I see. So definitely, yeah, I'll definitely be there. Guys, if you have not followed my channel as yet, please remember to just go on over and subscribe. As a matter of fact, come Monday, I will be interviewing the 800-meter national record holder in Navaski Anderson. I hope you guys will join us at 7:30 Jamaica time. for that interview. It will be an exciting one. It's one that is, looking forward to, because I do believe that this year he's putting in some great timings. He came close to the national record, his personal best. He came close to that since this 2025 season has started also. So we want to hear about what it is that he have in store for us and lining up for us. So if you have not yet followed us, you can go ahead and follow us. And if you have not yet followed the other two channels, that is Unseen and Thing There, please remember to follow us because we are here together.
That's right. We're here to what?
Together.
Together. All right, people. That's it for us. Not seeing anybody supporting our actually donating to the channel, but you already once you like and subscribe, that's good as well. Again, people, thanks for coming on. Thanks for sharing your interest to be filled with information from us. Trusting us to give you guys information and stuff. We feel so elated. I understand, and the girls over in Trinidad and Tobago making us proud, the boys as well, coaching staff as well, everybody. So far, no, not a lot of hiccups in terms of fast start like the time in Bahamas, and we are happy that not a lot of these things are happening. Again, people, big up on yourself. Unseen Sports TV, Track, Talknet, Track and Field Talknet, and oh yeah, I think I sent it already. Which one?
No, the actual one, if I have to create it myself, unless
Just
you're going to be creating them for me.
yeah, nothing wrong with that. Remember, you're going to so we help each other. So yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. Anyway, people, big up yourself. We know we'll close the show already. We'll start up with the music.